So we got to start. Let's just start. You ready? We can do this. We'll finish chewing your ice.
Yeah, this was bad timing.
Good now.
I'm gonna take
Welcome
this
back.
away from you. Okay. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. So we do have some extra time. We got a little bit of a bonus episode. Not even really episode. It's really just bonus content.
For the extras.
Yeah, with the extras. This is the blooper reel. With DeAndrea Dare, who is the president and CEO or executive director of A Memory Grows, and we just finished talking about the trip to Uvalde for the service of remembrance, and wanted to show you a couple extra pictures and talk a little bit more about that night. You know, you and I just got all misty-eyed and sad, but you know, when I think back on the night, I felt like it was so hope-filled and purposeful, and that God had a huge hand in all of it. And so, like, here's a picture of the First United Methodist Church crew that was there, and you know, we're all smiling. And then there's the next picture of the whole crew here, and everybody's smiling. And it was a meaningful night. And so, I know it's something I'll never forget the rest of my life. But talk about how you can have this juxtaposition of sadness and joy and hope and anger and grief and all in one night. That's something that comes up. I'm guessing with a lot of these retreats and these services of remembrance.
It is, and I mean, when I look at that picture there, I mean, everybody in that photo has grieved at some point in their life. And I mean, I can speak to Dakota that's on the end. She works with A Memory Grows in honor of her son Henry. Robin works in honor of her son Caleb, and Jill works in honor of her daughter Patricia, and Shannon is our artist in residence that works in honor of her brother, baby Ray. And we have, you know, I mean, and then I won't tell anybody else's story because I haven't asked permission, but we have all known grief. Mm-hmm. And I don't believe that in grief that it's ever like either or. It's not like, well, I'm sad or I'm happy, or I am depressed or I have joy. It's always both and. Mm. And I mean, I live a very beautiful life now that is very meaningful. And most days, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but most days the sun shines through the clouds in a way that I see meaning and hope and beauty. And that's even in the midst of, you know, of not having Max here within my arms. Running around as an almost fifth grade boy. But in the beginning, all I could feel was darkness and pain and sadness and grief. And I did not ever, if somebody would have said, DeAndrea, 10 years down the road, you would be happy and you would laugh as loud as you ever had laughed before, and you would go to these places and be with people and everything. Yeah, right. I mean, I probably would have had some not so holy words to, you know, sure. to say. But with grief, I think that's the thing, is that it's always both and. It's a huge juxtaposition, this whole life that we live, and we want answers, but we have more questions, and so we live in the midst of the questions and the answers, and trying to find our way through that, which is not always black and white.
Yeah. It's not always black and white. Zebras, though.
But yes, I mean, there is so much. I mean, the work that I do is heavy. The work of A Memory Grows is sad, and the work of A Memory Grows is life-giving and hope-filled and full of love. We say the love always carries on, and love never ends. And death doesn't end a relationship. We continue to be parents to our children that have died, and who have gone on before us, and we continue to love and write the next page of their story in the way that we share their legacy. So,
Well,
yeah.
it was one of those nights that I will never forget. And as long as you'll have me, I'll come bring my
Write
guitar.
that down. You're
That's
on
fine.
camera on this
Sure.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm anytime. So thank you
Except-
for jumping on my. Okay, yeah. I missed one. Okay, so I had Taylor and I had our
Nope.
third child, and we were
That's
leaving.
not even what I was going to talk about.
We were leaving the hospital, and
not
I was
even
like,
gonna
I
talk
can't
about
make
that.
it to this service
I was
of
going to talk
remembrance.
about the candlelight 2 weeks ago
Oh yeah.
that you just happened to say yes to, but it was a certain birthday party in your
Oh,
family that
don't-
you had. Yeah.
Don't
So-
tell that
so-
story.
So he is almost always with me, and whenever he is, I am more grateful than words.
Well,
so
I'm
thank you
glad to
for
be
not just
there.
being my friend, but coming on the adventure.
Of
with me.
course, of course. Well, as you said, it's life-giving. There is happiness. It's never. It's kind of both and
It is.
all the time. What happened during this that I remember, and you mentioned it. Everybody's sitting around and they're sitting at a table and people are talking to one another. There are smiles. There is laughter. There is the siblings running around on this property. There
Throwing
was
stain on each other.
yeah.
On the
Oh yeah.
crafts
And, yeah. Mark. had-
rice and
Oh my gosh, yeah. So there's,
fiberfill.
yeah. I mean, there is hope. There is this sense that love carries on and that
Absolutely.
it continues and it never ends. So, thank you for everything you do with A Memory Grows and for everything all the people that you've reached and that Max has reached. It really truly is incredible, and I'm just proud of you, and I love you, friend, and thank you for being on this podcast and sharing your story.
You're very welcome. It's a humbling job. Humbling, not job to be with you.
Oh, it's
Humbling work that I do, and a joy to be your friend.
Thank you, my friend. All right. Well, there's your little extra bit with DeAndrea Dare. Again, if you want more information about A Memory Grows, go to amemorygrows.org to find out all you need to know, as well as Facebook and Instagram, not TikTok and not Snapchat. She doesn't do that. She's old.
Old. Go Mavs.
Go Mavs. We'll see y'all next time.
I go to Mavs games to escape reality.